What's up, YouTube? It's Jake from Jpgames here, bringing you guys the new Cyber Dragon deck profile. All new Cyber Dragon support was released in the latest set, Future Horizon, and kind of breaking the fourth wall a little bit. I actually already recorded a Cyber Dragon deck profile as well as a bunch of PvP stuff, but then I found a different deck list that actually is better than the one that I made. So I wanted to make another profile as well as some PvP duels for you guys. So if you see two profiles and a bunch of PvP Cyber Dragon stuff, that's why. If you guys are excited for the video, smash the like button, smash that subscribe button. If you guys are interested in custom logos, playmats, posters, or layouts, definitely hit me up on YouTube or Instagram, and you can purchase them on my Instagram as well as my eBay account. Both those are in the description box as well as being shown on the screen now. But without further ado, let's get into the deck profile. We're going to be using Zane, of course. Cyber Dragon's got to use Zane with the skill Cyber Style. So we'll go over the skill first, then go through the deck profile. So for the skill Cyber Style, it's a phenomenal skill, especially with all the new fusions and everything. So, Cyber Style can be used if your life points are at 3,000 or below. Play one Proto Cyber Dragon and attack from outside your deck for every 1,000 life points. So, if you lose 2,000 life points, you can play two. So, it's 1,000 for everyone. And the big thing is didn't click on it. Proto Cyber Dragon becomes Cyber Dragon while on the field. So, very, very good. It's just allows you to play more Cyber Dragons in the deck, all that good stuff. So definitely play the skill. Next, moving on to the actual deck profile. Run two of the original Cyber Dragons. If your opponent controls a monster and you control no monsters, you can special summon this card from your hand. Really good card going second. Again, Cyber Dragon. It's pretty self-explanatory why you'd want to run as many of him as you can. So two Cyber Dragons. Cyber Dragon Vare, really good card as well. This card's name becomes Cyber Dragon while in the field or in the graveyard. If you normal or special summon a Cyber Dragon, except during the damage step, you can special summon this card from your hand in defense position, and then all Cyber Dragons gain 500 attack and defense. Really good as well. Running two Cyber Dragon Vares. Next is Cyber Dragon Dre. When this card is normal summoned, you can make all Cyber Dragons you control level 5. That effect really doesn't matter since we don't have Xyz. It'd be really good. Obviously, we had Infinity or Nova, but we don't. So if we do, it's going to be phenomenal. Again, Cyber Dragon Dre cannot special summon any monsters except machine types, which is fine. We're only running machines. If this card's banished, you can target one Cyber Dragon you control. It can't be destroyed by battle or card effects, so that's really good. And then it becomes Cyber Dragon on the field or graveyard as well. Really good card, Cyber Dragon Dre. It's also an 1800 beater, which is very nice as well. So it's a good normal summon. Next, I'm running two Cyber Dragon Zways. If this card attacks an opponent's monster, it gains 300 attack during the damage step only. And then once per turn, you can reveal one spell in your hand, and then this card's name becomes Cyber Dragon up to the end phase, and its name is Cyber Dragon while in the graveyard. So really good as well. Debating on if the ratio I want to run. Right now, the 2, 2, and 2 is really working out for me, as you guys can see on the deck list to the left of the screen. But I have a really cool thing that I do with Chimera Tech Rampage and Zwei, so we'll go over that when we go over Chimera Tech. So that's Cyber Dragon Zwei. Next is Cyber Dragon Core. When this card's normal, so I'm going to add one Cyber Spell or Trap from your deck to your hand. Allows you to search out your cyber load fusions as well as your cybernetic the overflow, this trap card, cybernetic overflow from your deck to your hand. So really good, searches out fusions as well, fusion spell cards as well as overflow. And then you can banish this card from your graveyard, special summon one Cyber Dragon monster from your deck, good as well. And then you can only use one of those effects per turn. Its name is Cyber Dragon while on the field or graveyard. So common theme here, all of these cards become Cyber Dragon on the field or in the graveyard, some way, shape, or form. So that's something to definitely keep in mind. That's going to be for the monsters. Let's move on to the spell. Two cores, obviously. One, Overload Fusion. Banish from your side of the field or your graveyard the fusion monsters that are listed on a dark machine type fusion monster. So allows you to summon out Rampage, Overdrag, Chimera Tech Rampage Dragon, Chimera Tech Overdragon. Basically, those two are your two targets for Overload Fusion. Next, the next fusion spell is Cyberload Fusion. Fusion summon one fusion monster from your extract that lists a Cyber Dragon, which is all of your fusion monsters, by shuffling the fusion materials back into the deck. So that's one thing to keep in note. You can't use Cyberload Fusion, then Overload, because they go back into the deck. Now, going on to the rest of this card's effect, you can fusion summon from your field or face up banished cards, and then monster you control cannot attack for the rest of the turn except the card used by Cyberload. So that's Cyberload Fusion, running two of those. Got that from Future Horizon. Really, really good fusion spell card. Now, Cybernetic Fusion support. Pay half your life points once. If you fusion summon a machine type fusion monster this turn, you can banish monsters from your hand, graveyard, or set the field as fusion materials. The second half of the effect is really good for late game, so you can use, like, say you have nothing in your hand except Polymerization, and you get a bunch of Cyber Dragon stuff in your grave. You can use Polymerization and then use the effect of Cybernetic Fusion support to complete that fusion summon. But the main reason we're running this card is with the pay half your life points once. So if you pay half your life points, if, for example, starting the Duel off 4,000, pay half your life points, you're now down to 2,000. You use your skill, Cyber Style, summon out 2 Proto Dragons, which again become Cyber Dragon on the field. Summon any one of your 8 monsters, right? 2, 4, 6, 10 monsters that are all becoming Cyber Dragon on them. So fusion or normal summon one of those, and then you can basically fusion out Chimera Tech, you can fusion out Cyber Twin, you can fusion End Dragon. So this card allows you to take your own life points to use the skill. So basically putting the skill in your hands instead of having to take a bunch of damage from your opponent. That's why this card is awesome. Cybernetic Fusion support. One econ, I feel like I don't really have to go over it. As well as Polymerization, Fusion Summon. Dimensional Prison, when an opponent's monster declares an attack, target the attacking monster, banish it. Great card. Wall Disruption, when your opponent's monster declares an attack, all attack position monster your opponent controls lose 800 attack for each monster they control. I run Econ, D-Prison, Dimensional Prison, and Wall Disruption in all my decks. So 3 amazing, amazing cards. Then the new addition, 2 Cybernetic Overflow. Banish Cyber Dragons with different levels from your hand, field, or graveyard, then destroy an equal number of cards your opponent controls. If this card is on the field, and if this card on the field is destroyed by a card effect, add 1 Cyber Spell or Trap from your deck to your hand. Very good. You can banish cards and then use stuff such as Cyber Load Fusion to use the cards banished, fusion summon. So it's good kind of comboing off those two, as well as it has destruction power, obviously by banishing your cards. So really, really, really good trap here. This was the new addition that I actually added to the deck. So hopefully this works out. Cybernetic Overflow. And again, that's the rest of the main deck. Now, going over the extra deck. 2 Cyber End Dragons, 3 Cyber Dragons are used for material. Again, every card has the ability to become a Cyber Dragon. And like I mentioned, using Cybernetic Fusion support with lowering your life points to help get out more Cyber Dragons, especially for End Dragon, is really big. What you can do is, if they don't attack on the first turn, and if they set a card, then you know, so you gotta have these cards in your hand, obviously, but Cybernetic Fusion support, cut your life in half, 2,000. You can either special summon the original Cyber Dragon or normal summon any of those Cyber Dragons that I'm playing in the deck, as well as then using the skill, use some type of fusion card, Cyber End Dragon. Attack for piercing damage, really awesome card. 2 Cyber End Dragons, 1 Chimera Tech Overdragon. Don't see myself going out into this card too much. It's kind of your last resort, in my opinion. So, Cybernetic Overdragon, go over its effect. Must be fusion summon, can't be special summon. When this card's fusion summon, send all other cards you control to the graveyard. So definitely be careful of that. It takes away any monsters, spells, and traps, and all that stuff. So again, just be careful if you're going to use Over Dragon. Kind of your last resort, in my opinion. Then the original attack and defense of this card becomes 800 times the number of fusion materials. So 2 is 1600, 3 is 2400, 4 cards is 3200. So again, you kind of want to have to use 3 or 4 at most to get a pretty potent monster. And then each turn this card can attack your opponent's monsters the number of fusion materials. So the only downside is you cannot attack directly. So like say there's 2, or they have 1 monster and you use 2 materials. You have to use 2. You can destroy the 1 monster, but then you cannot attack directly, which is really unfortunate. If you could attack directly, it would have basically the same effect as Rampage Dragon, which is phenomenal. Camera Attack Over Dragon, again, kind of your last resort. Cyber Twin Dragon, 2 Cyber Dragons, a really good card, can attack twice, hence the 2 Cyber Dragons, of course. Then Camera Attack Rampage Dragon, your new fusion monster. This card has won me so many games. I absolutely love this card. This card is phenomenal. So, 2 or more Cyber Dragon monsters. A fusion summon of this card can only be done with the above materials. When this card is fusion summoned, you can target spell or trap cards on the field up to the number of fusion materials used. So, say they have 2 cards in the back row, use 2 fusion materials, pop both of them. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Then, once per turn, you can send up to 2 light machine type monsters from your deck to the graveyard, and if you do, it gains 2 extra attacks. So, basically, it can, if you dump 2 of your Cyber Dragon stuff to the grave, it can have 3 attacks. So check, what I do is amazing. Don't want to, toot my own horn or whatever, but you use Camera Attack Rampage Dragon, pop their back row, dump Zwei. So dump both your Zweis to the grave, and then you can attack 3 times. Wipes your whole board. It's absolutely phenomenal. So Camera Attack Rampage Dragon is amazing. If you can get more Rampage Dragons, please do. I definitely recommend that. But 1 can win you games. So if you don't worry. You just definitely want to get 1 because it's incredibly broken. So yes, that's it for the deck profile, guys. If you enjoyed this video, definitely be sure to give a like, smash that subscribe button. If you're interested in custom logos, playmats, posters, or layouts, definitely hit me up. Again, you can purchase them on my Instagram or my eBay account. Both were shown at the beginning of the video as well as in the link, or in the description box. There are links for both of those. Thanks for watching, guys. Smash the like button, smash that subscribe button, and Jake is out.